John chapter 20. This is the Good News translation. Verse 24. One of the 12 disciples, Thomas, called the twin, was not with them when Jesus came. So the other disciples told him, "We have seen the Lord." And Thomas says unto them, "Unless I see the scars of the nail and put my finger in those scars, I will not believe." Galatians 6:17 says, "And I bear in my body the scars of Jesus." Be seated. I want to talk today about the truth that scars tell. The truth about scars. S-C-A-R-S. I have 2 sons and 2 daughters. Both of my sons are ex-military men. And both of them tell me that when they were inducted into the military, they went through a routine examination. And they were asked, "Do you have any scars or marks on your body?" And what I have lived long enough to know, I have never met a scarless person. On the 21st couple of Saturdays, I think from now, or next Saturday, whenever 21st is, I'll be 83 years old. And I remember running behind a wagon, and as I was slinging my arm, my hand struck a nail when I was about 5 years old, almost 80 years ago. I was wounded by that nail, but the scar is still with me. Let me re-emphasize. Every person I know has a scar. And I'm getting in a field that I shouldn't venture in. And the persons who don't have scars have tattoos. Yeah. I don't need a tattoo because I have both visible and invisible scars. Scars are the results of a wound. And really, a scar, by definition, is a mark left on your body from a healed _healed injury, burn, wound, or even surgery. Help me define it. A scar is a mark left on your body from a healed wound. The negative, watch me now, the negative connotation of a scar is I've been wounded. I've been hurt. And you cannot get from earth to heaven without some wounds. Guess what? Thank you, sir. Even the sinless Son of God was wounded. I'm getting a little ahead of myself, but let me throw this in. The only man-made thing in heaven is the wound that Jesus bare. Everything else in heaven was created and made by God except the wounds that Jesus has in his brow, in his hand, in his side, and in his feet. Even the sinless Son of God got wounded. Don't think you're going to make it on this journey without some wounds. Scars are silent but visible. And scars tell a story. God knew when he created mankind that we were going to get wounded. And he put in our body an ability to heal itself. Somebody said, the only organ, the only portion of your body that gets wounded and heals itself without a scar is your tongue. And maybe the reason your tongue does not leave a scar is because it does so much scarring. But what I've noticed, you can always tell when a wound is in the process of healing. A scab will appear. What is a scab? A scab is my definition is God's divine Band-Aid. If you are wounded, don't give up, because God will heal you, and you will know that the healing is taking place when a scab appears. What is a scab? A scab is a protective covering. If you leave, watch this, watch this. If you leave your wound unprotected, it will get bacteria and germ and infect itself. So God knew that an unprotected wound will do damage. So he made a divine Band-Aid to protect the wound from germ and bacteria. I remember when I would get wounded and the scab would appear, I would start picking at it. And my mama said, don't pick at the scab. And guess what? God told me to tell some of you, don't pick at your scab. Maybe you've been wounded by a divorce. Don't pick at it. Because if you pick at that divorce scab, it will become infected, and you'll hate every man you see and every woman you see. Don't pick at it. An infection can be passed on. And many children of divorced parents have been infected. Mama, whenever you tell your child, you just like your old daddy. Well, if I'm his daddy, who else is he supposed to be like? And if he's like his old daddy, you picked his daddy. And if his old daddy ain't no good, maybe that says something about your ability to pick a daddy. You know, Pastor, this group reminds me of Mount Canaan. At Mount Canaan, I always have a problem with the left side. If you've been hurt, and I don't know anybody who has not been hurt, and you cry out that life ain't fair, it ain't. Nobody ever told you life would be fair. But let your wound be covered by God's divine Band-Aid. And you won't go through life bitter. Every bad experience for a Christian is an opportunity for him to be better. And when you've had a bitter experience, it reminds me, after all of our children are grown, and after they left the house some years, my wife decided she would retire her stove. But before she retired her stove, whenever she went to the supermarket, she would always bring back some sour lemons. She didn't discard the lemons. She didn't put them in the garbage disposal. She took those lemons and just squeezed that sour juice into a container and put some sugar and water and turned the sour juice into lemonade. When life hands you a lemon, turn it into lemonade. Let me say this, I'm going to go to my seat real soon. Because don't ever get excited when an old Baptist preacher say that. Because the first thing a Baptist preacher say after he's been up 30 minutes is, in my conclusion. And 15 minutes later, while I'm going to my seat. So while I go to my seat, I made a determination early on in my life. I wouldn't give a single Negro on earth the ability, the right to determine how I'm going to feel. Even when things are bad, I remind myself, this is the day that the Lord has made, and I will rejoice and be glad in it. Many of us, most of us, who have scars, try to hide them, cover them. The blemishes we have on our bodies, in our face, we try to cover them up. My scar is my trophy. Watch this. The positive connotation of a scar is, I've been wounded, but I'm healed. And I've decided I'm going to wear my scar as a trophy. I'm going to wear my scars in life as a trophy. To say to the world, I've been healed. Yeah, I've been scarred, but now I'm healed. I want the world to know that doctors do the billing, but God does the healing. Can't nobody heal you but the Lord. I may be, oh Lord, wounded, but I know my wound is only temporary. Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. He was wounded for my sake. Yes, he was. They hung him high and stretched him wide. They pierced him in his side. Yes, they did. They put him in a borrowed tomb. He stayed there all night Friday night and all night Saturday night. But he got up. Oh, he got up with all power